Hello again everybody, and thank you for stopping by. Instead of my shed of ready control goodness, we are at the field of mudness at the moment. Should be ready control goodness, but unfortunately it's a bit muddy. Right, we're here again with the sea fly obtain, and hopefully a couple of lessons have been learnt about the peculiarities of this drone. What I've done, you might have noticed, I've taken my watch and my wedding ring off to eliminate any interference that I think may be interfering with this and this. I've also come further away from the car. So, you turn the transmitter on, of course. All these switches must be in the up position. Quick press and long press to start up the drone. And what we need to do, let's have a look, see, yeah, the camera's calibrating itself. So the blue light we have here is it's going through a self-inspection procedure. And we're hoping that's going to go to a green flashing light. Then eventually the green flashing light will go solid. The green flashing light indicates it's acquiring its GPS location, and when we get the app up, hopefully it will tell us how many satellites it has on the app screen. You notice that I don't have my mobile phone in here at the moment. What I have found is, without any metal objects or the least metal objects around, this can calibrate quite easy. So it seems to me is that there's interference, is susceptible to interference when calibrating. Possibly when flying, I don't really know about that, apart from my earlier, this is the Mk2 version. I had the early version which flew away and did its own thing in spite of me pressing return to home. I was also in GPS mode at the time, so I really don't know what went on. Right, okay, so up and down here, and we now have a red and blue flashing light. And we now have a green and red flashing light, and we now need to put the drone nose up. And we have to slide your phone over to the right so you can have access to this switch. This switch doesn't do anything. This is your return to home button. This is your calibration button, which you should only be using obviously just the once in order to calibrate the drone. So right, into our settings we go, and you can see there it's come up Sea Fly controller. Okay, I want to forget that because I want my notification to come through, so we go back into it again. You can cancel or just come straight out of it, then hopefully the phone's going to give you a notification. There we are. So we now need the Sea Fly app, and it says connecting. Sea Fly app is stopped. Oh well, that wasn't very good, was it? Let's go into start flying. Okay, drone is under remote controller control. Okay, that's fine. Take a quick photograph. It's taking a photograph for me. That's wonderful. The other thing I was going to do is, once again, I'm going to record the screen. into GPS mode and long press the video button, and I don't know if you can see that there, that's now on a countdown. So we can now start, have a half a decent fly. Just that gimbal. I'm against the sun. Let's go to let's come around and see. How'd you like my jumper today, folks? How'd you like my jumper today, folks? Right, let's go for a little flight around of this thing. And I've just realised I've probably got the camera into the sun, which is not a good idea. Does wobble about there, a bit there, it's in the wind. Okay, so we've got the sun behind us and I'm going to take it up to, I'd love to tell you, but the writing's so small on the screen, I can't tell you what the height is. But I should be able to tell you what the height is. Height is 22 metres. I think that would be about right, actually. Yeah, about 22 metres. We also have on here the S feature, which is the, I believe, one is the pan, so it'll pan around, and the other one is point of interest. So I'm just going to test it now, and we'll see how we go. So that's panning round clockwise. Blown with the wind while it does it. Obviously it looks as though I might have taken it out of GPS mode in doing that. Okay, so we're now back in GPS. I don't know if you can saw that, it just corrected itself. So another way to do S mode is you can put it into S mode, go back, and I believe it should now do a point of interest, which is now doing. Out of GPS, and I believe it's using a little optical sensor on the bottom, but it seems to be fairly accurate. So yeah, quite impressed with that. Very, very good. And it continues to do that until you tell it to stop. So I'm going to put it into GPS mode. There you go, you can see the GPS taking over there. For change, we do a right hand turn, shall we? So that is going full forward, and we do a right hand turn. And almost into the sun again. Well, I believe that this bird, this is what it should have been doing all the time. So, well done to you, Seafly. There are still a lot of people that are dubious about it, and you can understand their reasonings. Bring her in for a landing. I'll tell you what I do, we will try the return to home button. So as you can see there, it's gaining height. I reckon it's going to go up to about 30 metres, possibly 30-40 metres. I think possibly it's going to miss its target by a little way. There we go, it's coming down. Well, look at that. It's missed its target by, well, you can see how much it's missed its target by, about 2 or 3 feet there. So overall, I'm fairly impressed. They've done quite well. So return to home is off. We'll stop the video, and what I'm going to do is I'll quickly take a, let's take a photograph. There we go. Right, so all in all, I'm fairly pleased. One thing I did notice, which may or may not have been a contributory factor, on these 2 screws were loose. This screw here was loose, and I also found that these blades were over tightened. So that may have been a contributory factor into it falling out of the sky when I first tested it. But all in all, this flight I'm fairly pleased with. What I'll do, I'll upload some screen footage and footage from the SD memory card, and put them down at the end of the or during the video. But once again, thank you for watching. I'm quite pleased with this now. It looks as though the problems are sorted out, and yeah, so hopefully happy flying. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Cheerio.